During a conversation with an African-American woman in Central Valley, California, I realized that her story was a part of the rich history of African Americans that came to Silicon Valley in the late 1960s and early 1970s and made significant contributions to what would become the tech center of the world. From that conversation came the idea for the Silicon Valley Black Project, an acknowledgement of our achievements in the technical fields we helped to create. Networking is a tremendous tool for gaining entrance to the tech world. Once you're inside a company, mentoring becomes a catalyst for career growth. Meet Wilbur Jackson, an IBM executive that felt he made it entirely on his own until he found out he had a mentor.
Then I realized that nobody, absolutely nobody makes it on their own. And remember what I said about how I got started. I thought I had to do everything myself, but I realized that having mentors and being a mentor for other people is really what it's all about. When I was young, I didn't get that kind of mentorship. And as I was advancing in my career, I realized that other people were advancing faster than I was, and I couldn't figure out why they were, because they weren't smarter than I was. They didn't work harder than I did. But they knew something that I didn't know. Where did they learn that? And they learned that around the kitchen table. Growing up from uncles and aunts and mothers and fathers who had important careers, whatever that career might have been, whether it's law or medicine or whatever. That's where they learn how to, how to be successful in whatever career they chose. And not to say that my parents weren't supportive, they just didn't know. My parents didn't know anything about how to advance your career in whatever you were choosing to do. They just knew how to work hard, how to study hard, how to get the grades, that type of thing. And that's the kind of encouragement that I got. But the idea of seeking out proper mentorship and then being able to provide mentorship to others was not something that I learned at the kitchen table. I think I first realized one of my mentors because about the second year I was with IBM, I had my second manager, and he called me into his office one day and he said, you need to come in and talk to me periodically. I know you're doing your job and you're getting everything done, you're meeting all your schedule, but just come in and talk to me. Let me know how you're doing. And I said, oh, okay, if you insist. It just never dawned on me that it was important to talk to my manager because I didn't need his help. And there was nothing that he was going to do for me. And I was able to get my job done. So I learned later, many years later, that he was a big advocate behind the scenes for me. So a lot of times your mentor is not someone who's in your face. It's someone who's behind the scenes speaking on your behalf. And I actually worked for him in New York. And when I came to California, I got a job right away. And I said, after I got the job, about 6 months later, I realized that I was working for him again. And I said, why am I working for you again? He says, I'm the one responsible for you getting this job. And again, it was an aha moment where I realized that to be a mentor, to have mentors is very important. So it meant a lot to me in terms of how I was going to advance my career moving forward. It also meant a lot to me in terms of what I was going to do for other people, because I didn't feel it was sufficient to just be successful in my own, but also to reach back and help others.
The Silicon Valley Black Project will be featuring moments from my documentary film.